Welcome to Stat Plus, where we bring you in-depth analysis on current affairs, emerging trends, and critical issues shaping India's future. Today, we'll tackle a pressing challenge: employment for India's new graduates. With only 10% of engineering graduates expected to secure jobs this year, the gap between academic qualifications and industry demands is glaring. In this episode, we'll explore the newly announced Prime Minister's Internship Scheme, a bold initiative aimed at addressing this employment crisis. We'll dive into its potential to bridge the employability gap and discuss why, despite its promise, this is only a temporary solution. Let's examine what more needs to be done to create lasting change in India's education system. India faces a pressing challenge: finding employment for its new graduates. Recent reports paint a sobering picture. Only about 10% of engineering graduates this year are likely to secure some form of employment. Industry orientation in India's engineering programs has long been a concern, especially outside top-tier institutions. Estimates suggest that 70 to 80% of graduates are not immediately suitable for employment in the industry. This highlights a serious gap between academic qualifications and industry requirements. In response to this challenge, the government has introduced the Prime Minister's Internship Scheme, announced during the recent budget session. This ambitious program aims to place 1 crore youth in 500 top companies over 5 years, with an allocation of 19,000 crore rupees for the first 2 years. The scheme represents a collaborative effort between the government and the corporate sector, essentially functioning as a finishing school for India's new graduates. Under this arrangement, the government will sponsor up to 90% of the minimum stipends for interns, set at 5,000 rupees per month. The corporate sector, leveraging its corporate social responsibility (CSR) budgets, will cover training costs and contribute to the interns' upkeep, which includes provisioning office space and other necessary resources. The scheme should benefit a substantial portion of graduating students from engineering, sciences, commerce, and other programs over the next 5 years, as well as those who have graduated in recent years and are without a job. The program covers all unemployed youth aged between 21 and 24. However, it's crucial to recognize that while this initiative provides a temporary solution, it underscores the need for comprehensive education reform. During this 5-year period, it's imperative that we overhaul our education system, revamping curricula, reviewing the existing profile of a typical teacher or professor, especially outside top-tier institutions, improving teaching methodologies, and aligning program objectives with industry needs. The current requirement of a PhD for college professors hasn't adequately addressed the employability issue, indicating the need for a more holistic approach to educator qualifications and skills. We'll discuss this topic in more detail in a future video. It's worth noting that this short-term solution of offering internships can be seen as a form of double expenditure. Students have already invested in their education with the expectation of becoming employable, and the government has subsidized education with a view to building a quality workforce that would drive India's industrial growth. Additional expenditure on a government and corporate-sponsored finishing school, while necessary now, highlights systemic inefficiencies in our education system, besides extending the time students have to spend in order to become employable. Moreover, even after completing the internship program, there's no guarantee that all 1 crore youth will secure full-time employment in their internship companies or elsewhere. However, the program should significantly improve employability rates from the current levels as the training occurs in actual work environments. As we implement this crucial short-term measure, we must not lose sight of the underlying need for fundamental education reforms. These reforms should ensure that one of the primary objectives of education, securing employment, is adequately met. By addressing the aforementioned systemic issues, we can build a more robust, skilled workforce that will drive India's economic growth and technological advancement. Thanks for watching this episode of Stat Plus. While the Prime Minister's internship scheme offers a critical stopgap to address the immediate employability crisis, it shines a spotlight on the deeper systemic issues in India's education system. Reforming our curricula, upskilling educators, and aligning academic programs with industry needs are the key steps that will ensure long-term success. If you found today's analysis insightful, make sure to like, share, and subscribe to Stat Plus for more updates and in-depth explorations of the trends shaping India's future. Stay informed and stay ahead.